southern Sinai. He said development projects could need drawing new boundaries for governorates or drawing new governorates in central Sinai, 10th of Ramadan area, and Alamein. The minister also said that laws guiding the Suez development project do not allow for possession of lands, not for Egyptians nor foreign investors. He stressed that the Suez Canal Authority represents the national authority in the area for the investment projects of between 10 to 25 years according to the nature of the project. He said the project is being managed in every aspect in coordination with the military. The Suez Canal Development Project is expected to bring revenue of around $100 billion annually. Dr. Walid Abdel Ghaffar, head of the technical secretariat of the project, praised the project as a leading economic wheel steerer, World Bank and international economic bodies. He said the project had been introduced by former Minister of Housing Hassaballah Kafrawi, but was hindered by many obstacles throughout the years. He said the project transforms the area into a world industrial, tourist and economic center, giving Egypt the lead in the field of naval transportation and industry.
The government has also signed agreements with a Spanish company over establishing a car and railway tunnels in Sinai.
Egypt and Spain signed an agreement late last month for implementing 3 agreements in Port Said. The agreements cover preparing technical studies and documents needed to implement 3 tunnels in the area of Port Said in coordination between the National Authority for Tunnels and a Spanish company. The deals come in line with the government's plan to speed the implementation of the Suez Canal access project aimed at turning the waterway into an international logistics center. The signing of the deals by Prime Minister Hisham Qandil and company representatives was witnessed by Minister of Housing Tariq Wafiq, Minister of Transportation Dr. Hatem Abdel Latif, Spain's ambassador to Egypt, head of the National Authority for Tunnels Abdel Menam Amin, and a number of Spanish embassy officials. Egyptian officials and head of development department in the Spanish company were also present. Dr. Hatem Abdel Latif said the Spanish government has extended a €900,000 grant to finance the technical studies to start working on 2 car tunnels and is assisting studies to dig a railway tunnel south of Port Said. He said the tunnels will also contribute to attracting populations to the northern Sinai region and creating new industrial zones. The tunnels aim to facilitate trade, serve the industrial and housing zones, and link the east and west of Suez, which will activate tourism, whether around the projects in Suez or in the northern Sinai Governorate. It would also help finish the coastal road extending to the cities of Rafah and Nuweiba, thus linking northern Africa with the Arab Peninsula, which will shorten the time of travel between the 2 regions. He also said that the state has embarked on a relentless effort to implement giant investment projects which would create various job opportunities and contribute to economic development and activate tourism. Meanwhile, head of the National Authority for Tunnels said the studies are to finish in 9 months, after which they will embark on implementing the projects, which will take around 3 years with an estimated cost of around £5 billion. He said the car tunnels will be around 3 kilometers long, 12.20 meters wide, while the railway tunnel will be 5 kilometers long with the same width of the car tunnels. Car tunnels are planned to take 2-way car movement and an ability to pass big lorries, and the railway tunnel also takes double ways.
The first conference for the role of motorsport and its effect on automotive industry was held at the Faculty of Engineering, Helwan University.
In honor of Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Mustafa Musad, the first conference for the role of motorsport and its effect on automotive industry was held at Faculty of Engineering at Helwan University. 225 firms working in the field of car industry took part in this conference. On the margin of the conference, students at Faculty of Engineering displayed their graduation project. It was about 2 formula cars designed by them.
The motorsports, of course, motivate our youth to carry out their research, graduation project research, to develop inventions or at least achievements like what we have seen here. Certainly, this effort is a great effort for the limited capabilities that we have in terms of material and in terms of equipment. This engine has been manufactured with purely Egyptian capabilities and with the help of supporters and this is something that certainly gives us all hopes that our youth will be able to take their future in their hands and make the future of this country, put it at the place that we all wish to see.
First, I would like to welcome you to Helwan University on its campus, main campus. Second, it is my honor and pleasure to display the achievement of our students. The racing car, this is the fourth participation of Helwan University in this race, the Formula 1 student race. This car has been made, as you can see at the end, made in Egypt by the hands of our students here at Helwan University. It is our honor to have students like this in Helwan University. We are pleased also to have faculty members capable of generating this kind of students.
In 2010, the idea of designing a racing car started at Helwan University. A team of students took part in an international competition designing their own racing.
Actually, these young people of Egypt had been achieved a very good victory. That started about 3 years ago. They designed and manufactured a racing car, single-seater racing car, and they joined the competition, the international competition of Formula Student at Silverstone Circuit in the UK. This is counted as the first competition for engineering students to compete, not only to race, but to manufacture and design and submit reports similar to that made for manufacturing companies. And they had this challenge. It was a dream, firstly, but with some support from the government and the private sector, the sponsors, and from the students and supporting staff. We had this achievement at the first time 2010. Then we proceed 2011. We had ranked number 10 design all over the world.
Students noted that a test was carried out to evaluate the quality of the car as well as the safety of the driver. The aim of the 2013 engineering team is to make new inventions that would add to the existing achievements made in 2012.
Actually, it's the idea begins in 2010, year 2010, when one of our friends, one of our students have an email on his inbox. He saw the email. It was about the competition. They are saying or titling a big slogan named "Learn to Win." Okay. Then he was enthusiastic about the idea, and he go to Dr. Walid and ask him for participating for this competition. Then he went, started to build his team, and the idea continues. From year to year, we started with our first car, the red one showed here. And then we started another story in 2012. Actually, it was the revolution year, and it was very hard to manufacture a new that project.
Holding this conference is really significant. The motorsport plays a great role in flourishing the automotive industry. The inventions made by the young creators would indeed benefit our country. The aim of this conference is to create a new generation of engineers who can make challenging car designs. It also encourages the young inventors to achieve their ultimate goal. Basma Taha, Nile TV International.
Egypt is an intensive user of modern technologies to improve agricultural productivity in view of the natural resources-based scarcity and population increase. Nile TV's Nermeen Abdurrahman tells us how the National Research Center is helping in improving Egypt's productivity of corn.
Once again, Egypt launches a national campaign to produce corn, as it is a strategic crop used in food products for humans and for animals too. Despite this importance, still there is a big gap between production and consumption. We have more details with Dr. Jalal Abdelmenem Mahkoub.
We started maize national campaign in 1980. At that time, the average grain yield was about 10 ardabs per faddan, and increased rapidly from 1980 to 2006 and reached about 24 ardabs per faddan. At that time, the national campaign stopped and restarted again in 1910 and 2010 up until present. The grain yield started again to increase to up to 24 ardabs per faddan. And hopefully we need to reach 28 ardab per faddans. Some Egyptian farmers are able to produce as much as 35 ardabs per faddan. Some others produce less than 20 ardabs per faddan. So there is a big gap between farmers themselves. So maize program developed new hybrids that produce high grain yield and at the same time resistant to major diseases. These hybrids, to produce high yield, farmers has to follow the recommendations that we develop to them, and we plant farmers in cooperation with extension specialists at all governorates to show farmers these hybrids and to convince them that these hybrids produce high grain yield. At that time, we will be able to raise the productivity to the level that we need to approach. We need to help small farmers, smallholding farmers, use high grain yield. We need to reach them. We need to convince them how to plant in the proper way, in the good way, that as the recommendations that we develop to them.
With this, we come to the end of today's edition of Your Say. Hope you have enjoyed it. Until we meet again next week, I'm Rabia. Many thanks for watching.